Hello, I'm Dom. This is week 3 of the 2020 Summer Reading Challenge. I am super proud to be joining the Silly Squad and Manchester Libraries supporting the 2020 Summer Reading Challenge. What have you been reading this week? I'm going to tell you what I've been reading in a little bit, because that's what the Summer Reading Challenge is all about. Reading as much as you like, getting all the joy and silliness and excitement and thrills that books can bring. Now, I'm going to share a poem which I've written, because that's what I do. I write poems. So here is a very silly poem about a very silly animal. Goes exactly like this. Do you speak seagullese? Do you speak seagullese? If you don't worry. All you need to know is that seagulls just want to please. That's all. So if you hear one call, well, what that actually means is this. Oh, hello, Liam. Your feathers are divine. That shade of grey suits you. What do you think of mine? Seagullese always rhymes. So, if a second seagull says to the first, "No, my friend, you are very sweet. I'm glad you like my feathers. I love your feet." If you didn't speak seagullese, you know what you'd hear, right? But the seagulls know what is really being said. And that is the beginning of my book, When Trolls Try to Eat Your Goldfish. There's the goldfish, there's the troll, and right at the beginning, here are Noel and Liam, my two seagulls there. This is a book full of silliness and full of animals. Now, I've always loved animals all my life. And this week I've been reading a new book that I've not read before. It's by a local artist, a fella called Matt Goodfellow. And it's a poetry book called Chicken on the Roof. And it's not only chickens that appear in this book, there are all kinds of animals. And I've read it start to finish in the same way you would a story, even though it's not a storybook, it's a collection of absolutely amazing poems. I feel I've learned a lot reading from a poet as fantastic as Matt. And what I love is there is a lot of silliness in this book, but mixed in, there's some really serious stuff too. Some really heartfelt stuff. Some poems that are quite sad. But when you go from the silly to the sad and back to the silly, well, Matt does it so skillfully. You don't feel like you're being jolted around with all different feelings. It just flows really well, and that takes a lot of skill. Now, when I was writing my book, I tried to mix in different kinds of emotions. I spoke in previous videos about always trying to make your poems sound different. Now, the main character of my book is a little girl called Nikki, and there is Nikki, and she has a friend. Now, Nikki's friend is a goldfish, and she don't want to call him a normal name like Bob or Sally or Dom. No. Her name for her goldfish is Great Bumble Duke the Third. Because why have an everyday name when you could have a name which is extraordinary? So her friend is not a cat. He's not a bird. He is Great Bumbleduke the Third. He's not got feathers. He's not furred. He is Great Bumbleduke the Third. Speak to him. You'll be heard by Great Bumbleduke the Third. He never interrupts one word. Great Bumbleduke the Third. Now, my book is an adventure story about Nikki realising that all the animals are going missing. The first animals she notices going missing are the seagulls, and even though she does not speak Seagullese, she knows how noisy those birds are, so it's very obvious when they're gone. Then all the cats go, all the dogs, all the animals of the land, until finally her friend, Great Bumbleduke the Third, is taken. So she goes on a big old journey in the middle of the night, carrying the empty goldfish bowl, hoping to find Great Bumbleduke the Third. And I'm going to skip right forward to where she meets the troll. By the midnight light of a full round moon, Nikki sees clawed footprints lead between piles of bones, all covered in teeth marks. Whose are the teeth marks on these bones? Why did she come here all alone? Why didn't she stay with Mum back home? Wait! What's that sound? Clump, 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 clump. The ground begins to quake. Clump, 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 clump. Nikki starts to shake. Thump, thump, thump. Nikki's scared her heart might burst. She looks across the island and something sees her first. There is a monster with claws like steel. It's going clump, clump, clump. It is a troll. It's real. This massive troll comes crashing forwards. It chuckles with horrible glee. It wears a thick rope necklace. On the necklace is a key. The troll rushes towards Nikki and the whole ground shudders, knocking her over. Smash! She drops the goldfish bowl. Broken glass everywhere. Monstrous fingers, thick as snakes, close around Nikki as the troll carries her to a stone staircase leading underground beneath the island. Deeper, darker, deeper, darker noises rise from below. Deeper, darker, deeper, darker noises rising from below. Squawking, barking, oinking, buzzing, slurping, scuttling, chirruping, ribbiting, shrieking, bleating, mooing, meowing, animals howling, animals growling, noises rising from below. If Nikki could speak sheep, she would know the sheep's bleats meant help! Oh, help! Oh! If Nikki could speak cow, she'd know how their moos meant let us go! Let us go! If Nikki could speak seagullese, she'd understand these seagulls. Please! Liam! Look who's here, old chap! Little girl, save us from this trap! Ah! 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 deeper, darker, deeper, darker. Noises rise from below. Noises rise from below. Noises rise up from below. What happens next? Well, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. A cliffhanger is what we call it when we end an exciting moment. What I will say is that was great fun for me to write. Writing about an adventure, a quest to save the animals. It was a really thrilling thing to sit down with my pen and paper and create. Now, I wonder what kind of books you've been reading this week. Have they been exciting books? Have they been silly books? Have they been poem books? Have they been story books? Whatever you're reading. I hope you're reading lots. I've been Dom. I've been with the Silly Squad at Manchester Libraries. I'm really looking forward to next week, week 4. I'll catch you then. Have a great week. Happy reading. Bye.